Hello everyone, my name is Fritz and welcome to Math 24. In today's tutorials, we are looking at the inverse of a function part 2 and we are using a simple analysis with tricks. Simple analysis. Let's start by taking some examples. We have the function g of x equals x plus 2. This is a one-step function and here we replace the g of x by y and solve for x. To get the inverse of the function, just solve for x. That's what we are going to be doing here. So we have y to be equal to x plus 2 and x, that's y now minus 2, will give us x. So here we can now have x to be equal to y minus 2. We can swap the sides. When you swap the sides, we have x is equal to y minus 2. We now replace g inverse of x by x and replace y by x. So x now becomes g inverse of x and y becomes x, and we copy out the minus 2. So the inverse of this function is equal to g inverse of x equals x minus 2. Thus the inverse of x minus 2 is x plus 2, and this function, the inverse function, maps elements from the codomain back to the domain, and the function itself maps elements from domain to codomain. Let's take another example. We have g of x equals 3x minus 5. So the first thing is to replace g of x by y. Then this is equal to 3x minus 5. We now bring the minus 5 to the left hand side. It becomes plus 5 to be equal to 3x on the right hand side. So we are now left with y plus 5, all that divided by 3, that is dividing both sides by 3. We are going to have x to be equal to y plus 5 on 3. Swapping the sides, we'll have our x to be equal to y plus 5 on 3. Therefore, our inverse function g inverse of x, because this function is g, will be equal to x plus 5 divided by 3. And the next example, we have h of x is equal to x minus 1 on 7. So we have y to be equal to x minus 1 on 7. We first of all multiply both sides by 7, and we will have 7y's to be equal to x minus 1. The next thing is to carry the 1 to the left hand side, and the sign changes from minus to positive, and we are left with x on the right hand side. So we can swap the sides to have x is equal to 7y plus 1. The sign does not change because we completely swap the sign. And our inverse function now be equal to, the function here is h. So our inverse function is h inverse of x to be equal to 7x plus 1. Be careful with functions like g of x equals 2x, that's minus 2x plus 4. Thank you so much. Don't forget to share our videos, to like them, and to subscribe and click on the notifications so that you'll be notified in case of any uploads. Bye bye.